And as we welcome you back here to Hyde Stadium, as we are getting set for game number 2 between the Pierre Governors and the Harrisburg Tigers, as Harrisburg took game number 1 6-1, make that 6-2 over the Pierre Governors. So we are down to our final 2 games of the day across the state, with the Brookings Bobcats hosting the Yankton Bucks in that doubleheader. It was Brookings that won 7-6 in game number 1. They're looking for a doubleheader sweep at home. Pierre Governors are looking for a split at home before they then take on Stevens on Tuesday, which is weather pending. And just about every single game right now is always weather pending. But this Governor team didn't have much in that first game. Only 2 runs on 2 hits in that first game. And the Govs will want to be better here in game number 2. Have not gotten the lineup yet for the Harrisburg Tigers in game number 2. Maybe Eli Kokenge will pitch in game 2, but we do know that it is Weston Northrup that will throw for the Pierre Governors, as he will make his second start, I believe, of the season, or second appearance of the season, only throwing 3 innings so far, giving up 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 strikeout, ERA of 7, whip at 1.67. So we'll see here what Weston Northrup can do going into game 2 of our doubleheader. We will get you set for game number 2 coming up in just a moment. We'll step aside for 3 minutes, come back with more of the pregame show here in game 2. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR, watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved ones secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Ferding Electric can residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Ferding Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Ferding Electric, 224-8684.
Hey, Vito's lawn care.
Hello. Say, my yard's in rough shape. It's got weeds, brown spots, and crabgrass.
Yeah, no problemo. What shade of green you need? We got 31 shades of green over here. Even the latest shade of septic tank grass green. That one just naturally gives off a glow.
Call the professionals at True Green. They know how to get your lawn healthy and keep it healthy. They guarantee it. All technicians are trained and certified.
Call True Green, 224-1916.
As we welcome you back here, it is the Governors and the Harrisburg Tigers getting set for first pitch, and we do know the pitching matchup now. It is going to be Eli Kokenge and Weston Northrup will be on the mound for the Governors, as those will be the two battling out pitching each side for game 2. As we can go through the starting lineup, first we'll go with Harrisburg. Jack Riley will lead things off. He's the first baseman. Max Carlson will bat second and catch. Maddox Shearer, the third base shortstop, will bat third. Tegan Muntz, the left fielder, batting fourth. Eli Kokenge, the pitcher, batting fifth. Noah Bashi, the Boucher, the third baseman, batting sixth. Carter Gronstedt, the second baseman, batting seventh. Cohen Cook, the center fielder, batting eighth. And Palmer Boyd will bat ninth and play right field for the Harrisburg Tigers. And, of course, Kokenge, who is going to be in the lineup, is pitching as well for Harrisburg. For the Pierre Governors, it'll be George Staley to lead things off. He's the center fielder. Nolan Peterson will bat second. He is going to be the third baseman here in game number 2. Charlie Simpson will bat third. He is going to be the catcher for the second game. Jet Zabel is batting fourth and playing right field. Kate Kaiser will bat fifth and play shortstop. For the first time this year, he'll be at the shortstop position. Grayson Hunsley will bat sixth and play second base. Matthew Brewer, the first baseman, batting seventh. Cooper Twilliger, the DH, will bat eighth. And Sutton Sonnenschein will round out the order. He is playing left field for the Governors. Weston Northrup is on the mound as he obviously being a DH for by Cooper Twilliger, and he will throw for the Governors. And Kokenge for the Harrisburg Tigers, he is coming in 30 innings thrown so far. He's the ace of the staff, and be a sixth start. He is 3-0 so far in the season with 11 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned, 6 walks, 50 strikeouts, an ERA of 1.4 and a whip at 0.567. So you're lucky to get a base runner of any kind in every 2 innings. A batting average against that 106 for Eli Kokenge, and he has been very tough all season. Ace of the staff of the Harrisburg Tigers, and it's going to be a big one for the Governors to try and get as many runs as they possibly can here early on in this ball game, and have to be very good defensively to limit the base runners and limit the amount of runs scoring for the Harrisburg Tigers. So those are your starting lineups, and those are your pitching matchups. We're talking about Weston Northrup. We'll talk about it again here real quick. That he's thrown 3 innings in his 1 relief appearance so far, 5 hits, 3 runs. He has got 1 strikeout, no walks, an ERA of 7, and a whip at 1.67, 417 batting average against for Weston Northrup, as he will get his first varsity start for the Pierre Governors. We will step aside for 3 minutes, come back and looking to get the second game underway. Back in 3 minutes here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Springtime has arrived. Service Parts Department at Buck Motor Company want to remind you to get your vehicle serviced early to avoid any breakdowns and service-related frustrations. Get up to $100 mail-in rebate on a set of 4 tires, along with 4 free oil changes, a $400 value. All AC Delco Marine batteries starting at $134.95 and come with an 18-month warranty. Take $15 off a light detail. Spray-in bed liners, $635 on long beds and $595 on short beds. See all our specials at www.beck-motors.com.
If you're like a lot of South Dakotans, you've made a purchase online for services or products and have had no issues. Unfortunately, scammers view the internet as their playground, and they're constantly deploying new scams to attempt to take your hard-earned funds. Fraudulent websites have grown by leaps. Consumers and businesses need to check all aspects of a website before making any type of purchase. Questions regarding this scam should be directed to South Dakota Attorney General's Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
AGE Corporation's Contractors and Crane Service is a proud supporter of Pierre Governor Athletics. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work construction and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That's 223-2732. AGE, proud supporters of local sports.
At AgTegra, we're leveraging the power of the cooperative to benefit our farmers and ranchers, their families, and local communities. We're creating jobs for your neighbors and putting money back into our communities. We're lending a hand in our rural fire departments, food banks, and 4-H and FFA programs. That's what local is all about. When you do business at AgTegra, you help us make a difference in your community. AgTegra, strong, stable, dependable, and local.
Stolken Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our number one priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stolken Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre. As we welcome you back here, the Pierre Governors and the Harrisburg Tigers. We're just moments away from the Governors taking the field to start our second game, and they will be led out by Weston Northrup, who will be the starting pitcher for the Governors, as I believe the mound or the umpires meeting and the lineup cards have been exchanged, and we're just about set for game 2 between the Governors and the Harrisburg Tigers. The Governors will play on Tuesday as well. Stevens will be the team that will face on Tuesday, one of their last 3 doubleheaders and 2 of their last 6 games in the regular season. They'll play at 5 o'clock on Tuesday. They'll play at 5 o'clock again on Friday, as the O'Gorman Knights will be in town. And then on Sunday, it'll be a 1 and 3 o'clock start next week Sunday, not tomorrow, but the next week Sunday on Mother's Day. It'll be a 1 o'clock start for the Governors and the Yankton Bucks to get us going into the postseason, where as long as the Govs stay in the top 8, and right now they're sitting in a pretty good spot to stay. Sturgis right now at 40 points. Governors came in with 42 seed point average, and Sturgis at 40 seed point average going in. They're tied with T area and 40 seed points on their average for 8th and 9th place. But the Governors, barring any kind of collapse of losing all of their last 8 games, I don't think there's really you're going to really see that the Governors fall below the 8th spot, and they should be able to host and get themselves into a good spot to go into the playoffs in a good position to be hosting one of those 8 teams that will be hosting, and a chance then for the Govs to get back to the state tournament where they were last year and winning that state championship over this Harrisburg Tigers squad. In the starting lineups, as the Govs, I believe, should be getting close to taking the field and getting set for our second game. But it will be Jack Riley, the first baseman, will lead things off. Max Carlson, the catcher, will bat second. Max Shearer, the shortstop, will bat third. Tegan Muntz, the left fielder, batting fourth. Eli Kokenge, the pitcher, will bat fifth. Noah Boucher, the third baseman, will bat sixth. Carter Gronstedt batting seventh, playing second base. Cohen Cook will be the center fielder, batting eighth. And Palmer Boyd rounds out the order for the Harrisburg Tigers. He's the right fielder. For the Pierre Governors, it is George Stalley, the center fielder, leading things off. Nolan Peterson will bat second and play third base. Charlie Simpson will bat third and be the catcher. Jet Zabel will be playing right fielder and batting fourth. Kate Kaiser, the shortstop, batting fifth. Grayson Hunsley will bat sixth and be the second baseman. Matthew Burr, the first baseman, will bat seventh. Cooper Twilger, the DH, batting eighth. And Sutton Suttonshire, the left fielder, will bat ninth for the Pierre Governors. We'll step aside for one more minute, come back with first pitch after this. You listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Comtech, your local technology solutions provider, is now located on the truck bypass. With great brands like Bose, Sonos, LG, Samsung, Lenovo, and so much more. Stop in to see their new showroom for everything in stock for your personal or business needs. Comtech provides professional installation and service after the sale. Comtech is your local technology store, located now on the truck bypass, or visit us on the web at comtechplus.com.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
As we welcome you back here, the Pierre Governors are on the field as we are set for game 2 of our doubleheader. And Weston Northrup is on the mound. Jack Riley, Max Carlson, Max Shearer, the first 3 hitters. Harrisburg won game 1 6-2 behind what helped to be a solo shot from Tegan Muntz to start off a 3-run fourth inning and help be the difference maker for the Harrisburg Tigers, who end up with the 6-2 win in game number 1. Braxton Kusler with the win. Jed Zabel picked up the loss on the mound, and Ty Raymond was the man with the save. As it is going to be Jack Riley that will step to the plate. And we are ready to go here for game number 2. As Eli Kokange is still warming up at left field, but first pitch from Weston Northrup to open up game number 2 is over for strike 1 as we're underway at 3:37 here on this Saturday afternoon. Another beautiful game, just like it was to start our first game. 59 degrees game time temperature. That one will miss just outside. The count's 1-1. 59 degrees with winds west-northwest at 7. Feeling like 57 degrees, humidity at 40%. A beautiful day for baseball. We've got 2 games for you. For the 1-1 pitch is grounded over to Kaiser at short. He will field. His throw to first will be low, but picked up by Matthew Byrne. The leadoff man retired to open up game number 2. And for Cade Kaiser, the first time that he has been at shortstop this year after having the broken finger that kept him out of the lineup and kept him out of the field for the first near 13 games. Obviously, that was game number 14, but really the Governors have not been able to use him in the field. And Kaiser get a chance to make the first play back at the familiar position at shortstop. That first pitch will miss low for ball 1. Kaiser was there last year when Lincoln Keenels was on the mound, and then would play second when Keenels would be at shortstop. As the 1-0 pitch will miss just low, and the count's now 2-0. But now at his more comfortable spot at short, as he'll stand ready, the 2-0 pitch will be ripped down the left field line by Max Carlson. That one will one-hop off the wall, as it is a fair ball. It bounced off the wall in foul territory. That's how close it was to falling foul, but it landed on the warning track just right of the left field line, and it's a stand-up double for Max Carlson. And there is going to be 1 on and 1 out here at the top of the first, and it brings up Max Shear. And for Max Carlson, that is double number 5 of the season, and extra base hit number 10. As he continues to, half of his hits are singles, the other half are extra base hits. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. 20th hit of the season, but 10th extra base hit. Actually, that's his, that would be his 20th hit of the season and 10th extra base hit, with now 5 doubles, 4 triples, and a home run. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Shear. There's a hard ground ball. Third baseman just passed Nolan Peterson into left field. As Sun and Shine was able to pick it up, he was dropped down to a knee to grab it. And that will be probably, I'm not sure if that will be a hit or an error. Probably is an error maybe, but hit hard enough that you can probably give it and hit, but it will go down as an error to Max Shear, or for Nolan Peterson over at third base. And it's first and third now with 1 out. It is Sun and Shine out in left, Stallion in center, and Zabel in right. Nolan Peterson at third, Kate Kaiser at short, Grayson Hunsley at second, Matthew Burr at first, Charlie Simpson behind the plates. And Weston Northrup is trying to get out of a jam right now, as Tegan Muntz, who had a solo shot in the first game, stands ready to hit, and he'll take strike 1. Looking for a ground ball right now is Northrup. And the big swings that Harrisburg takes, a ground ball can almost make a tailor-made double play if you hit it at somebody. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Northrup. Runner takes off. The throw will go back to the mound at Northrup, so stealing second without a throw is Shearer, so that eliminates the double play opportunity. I think here in the top of the first inning, the middle will stay back. Pearson playing even at the bag at third. And the 1-1 is at the top of the zone for a strike, and the count's now 1-2. Northrup will have to, and that was at the very top of the zone, but leaving those up and in, or whatever it might be, middle up or up and in. That one is a much better pitch. That one will miss just low, but going to keep it low on these Harrisburg hitters because they love, they say if it's high, let it fly, and they can let it fly. They've hit 8 home runs in the season so far, so everything's got to try and stay down the zone. As the 2-2 pitch will miss low, and the count's now 3-2. Eli Kokenge, the pitcher, is on deck. Runners at second and third and 1 out here in the top of the first inning. 3-2 pitch. That one just missing for ball 4, and Northrop will load the bases with the walk, and it is now Kokenge who can help himself out before he even takes the mound and drive in a couple runs. Kokenge went 1 for 3 in game number 1. Was retired the first 2 times he came to the plate, then he singled and walked in the 5th and 6th innings. First pitch to Kokenge, that will miss low for ball 1. So the bases are loaded with 1 out here in the top of the first, and already some early trouble for the Governors, but again, a ground ball can get you out of the inning and keep this a scoreless ball game and help Northrop reset a little bit. The 1-0 pitch will miss low, and the count's now 2-0. At third is Max Carlson, or the courtesy runner for Carlson. Shear is at second, and Muntz is at first. The 2-0 pitch from Northrop. This will be popped foul. That will get out of play, and the count goes to now 2-1. Carlson, who had the 1-out double, he missed a home run by just a couple of feet. 324 down the lines here at Hyatt Stadium, and that one landed about 319, maybe 318. Right around the warning track, and one hopped off the wall. 2-1 pitch. That is upstairs, and the count's now 3-1, and Northrop's in danger. He's got to throw a strike, and a really good hitter's count here to Kokenge, who does have a home run so far, 19 runs driven in on the season for Eli Kokenge, who can do some damage and help himself out. 3-1 pitch. He'll wait on it and launch it out to left center field. That is going back out to the wall. It is going to one-hop off the wall. 2 runs are going to score. Staley will pick it up off the wall. The throw will be coming home from Kaiser. The play at the plate is not going to come in time. As the base is clearing double for Eli Kokenge, and it's a 3-0 lead for Harrisburg here in the top of the first. And Kaiser, who double clutched on that throw of another courtesy runner for Kokenge, as he's the pitcher here in game number 2, but a 3-run double. And whether that, and Noah Boucher will come to the plate, and whether that was Kaiser not hearing the guys talk or nobody was talking to him, that if Kaiser doesn't hesitate, that's a much closer play and maybe get the guy out at home, but that double clutch, as there's a line shot, Kaiser will catch, backhand flip to second, they'll get the double play, as Hunsley was on the bag at second, and that'll quickly get them out of the inning. But not before a 3-run first inning on a 3-run double from Eli Kokenge. 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 error, and no one left on base. We head to the bottom of the first, 3-0 lead for the Harrisburg Tigers over the Pierre Governors. Back in a minute here on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
So Eli Kokenge will have himself a 3-0 lead to start the bottom of the first, with the Governors having their batting order. George Staley leading things off. Nolan Peterson batting second and playing third. Charlie Simpson batting third and catching. Jed Zabel is a cleanup man and playing right field. Kate Kaiser, the shortstop, batting fifth. Grayson Hunsley batting 6th and playing second base. Matthew Brewer is playing 1st and batting 7th. Cooper Twilliger is a DH batting 8th. And Sutton Sunshine will round out the order. He's the left fielder. Eli Kokenge, as he comes into the ball game, this will be his 6th start in his 6 appearances. 30 innings so far, 3-0 record, 11 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned. 6 walks, 50 strikeouts in 30 innings. An ERA of 1.4 and a whip at 0.57. Batting average against at 106. Guy that's thrown the most innings, got the most appearances for this Harrisburg team as Staley tried to jump on that first pitch and swings and misses for strike 1. And Kokenge, and for Staley too, jumping on the first pitch. You're a lot of times that first pitch strike is the best pitch that you're going to see. Is the 0-1 is a swing and a miss, and the count's now 0-2. And the fastball has been ahead of Staley. He's been behind it the first 2 swings. But Staley trying to jump on the early pitch count from Kokenge. The 0-2 pitch from Kokenge to Staley. Fastball that's upstairs, and the count's now 1-2. Good take there from Staley. That was up above the zone, and that's easy to chase when you've swung at the first 2 fastballs and missed. Trying to really gear yourself up to hit the fastball, and he'll swing and miss at the 1-2 pitch and a strikeout to open up the bottom of the first inning. Nolan Peterson will come to the plate. And just to kind of put this into perspective here, Kokenge, 2 of the 3 times that you're at the plate, he's got to strike you out. He's struck out 50 batters in 30 innings. First pitch is over for strike 1. There's only 10 other guys that he's retired in 30. Well, I guess more than that. There are 40 other guys he's retired, but still over almost 2/3 of the at-bats have been strikeouts as the count's 0-2. Simple math is apparently not so simple for me. It counts 0-2 here to Nolan Peterson. There's gonna be, he strikes out a lot of guys. 0-2 pitch is missing low and outside for ball 1. And a 3-0 lead for Harrisburg. It's not game over, but Harrisburg probably thinks so on the bench right now in the dugout, saying we got a 3-0 lead with Kokenge on the mound. We're in a really good spot. 1-2 pitch will miss inside for ball 2. Counts now 2-2. It's up to the Governors to change the mindset that Harrisburg has. With a 3-0 advantage right now. 2-2 pitch. That'll almost hit Peterson. He's able to just get away from it. The count's now 3-2. This guy doesn't walk a whole lot of guys either. He gets 1 walk every 5 innings. So if you're looking to reach base on a base on balls, again, you got to be ready to swing the bat because he's going to throw a lot of strikes. 3-2. There is 1 walk for Kokenge. He thought he had the strikeout of Peterson. But it was a 1-out walk issued. And it's now the catcher, Charlie Simpson. And we've seen the power that Simpson has. So if he can catch up to a fastball from Kokenge, especially if he leaves it up in the zone, Simpson can cut this into a 3-2 ball game. First pitch is taken for strike 1 to Simpson. Game 1 went 0 for 3. Lined out to first, flew out to right, and popped out of the second baseman. All going to the right side. Swings and misses at the 0-1 pitch, and the count's now 0-2. You have to make sure you catch up to the fastball, get the foot down a little bit quicker, keep the hands back. 0-2 pitch. That is upstairs, and the count's now 1-2. Because a guy like this, if he can change his speeds up and you don't keep your hands back, expecting a fastball to always come, you're never going to be able to really get a good swing on a breaking ball. 1-2 pitch. Simpson does get a piece of it, fouls it back to the netting, and we'll do it again here at 1-2. And with Kokenge, that does have a lot of strikeouts on the resume, that if you can try and get the pitch count up, that can spoil his outing and end it a little bit earlier, but Simpson will watch the 1-2 pitch drop in for a strike, and there's now 2 down. And it brings up Jet Zabel, who is looking for his first hit today. He is 0 for 3 in game number 1. First pitch, he got a piece of it, fouls it back to the netting, and the count's 0-1. Peterson leads away from first. He drew a 1-out walk. 2 strikeouts in the inning so far for Kokenge. And that'll be high and outside. The count's now 1-1. Outfield is straight away here for Zabel. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and it's now 1-2. Deegan Munz is out in left, Cohen Cook in center, and Palmer Boyd in right. Noah Boucher at third, Maddox Shear at short. Carter Gronset at second, Jack Riley at first. Max Carlson behind the plate. And Eli Kokenge is looking for strikeout number 3 here in the inning. 1-2 pitch. He gets Zabel to swing and miss for strike 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 1 complete here between Pierre and Harrisburg, and the Tigers lead at 3-0. Back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Top of the second, 3-0 lead for the Harrisburg Tigers on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. It'll be 7-8-9 here for the Harrisburg Tigers. Carter Gronseth, Cohen Cook, and Palmer Boyd. He might reach his base. Jack Riley, the top of the order, will come back up. Weston Northrup, who nearly got out of that inning unscathed, ended up giving up a 3-run double to Eli Kokenge, but then was able to get out of it with the line shots by Noah Boucher that turned into Noah Boucher, that turned into a double play to end that first inning. So here is Carter Gronseth, the second baseman. In game 1 for Gronseth, he went 0 for 2, but reached base 3 times, 2 walks, reached on an error, and also struck out looking. And this is the exact same lineup. First pitch is grounded foul down the third base side. There is no difference to what this lineup was, except for Munson and Kokenge switching in the batting order. That is it. Everything else stayed the same. This will be flown out towards right field. Coming in is Zabel. He will make the catch, and the leadoff man retired here in the top of the second. And it brings up Cohen Cook with nobody on and 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Cohen Cook in game 1 went 1 for 3 in the ball game. RBI fielder's choice and got Harrisburg on the scoreboard. Then he singled in the 4th. Struck out swinging in the 5th and then walked in the 7th as he swings and misses at strike 1. As Northrup is trying to work his way around that first inning. Here is the 0-1 pitch. That'll miss low, and the count's now 1-1. Coach's got the batting stance that puts the hands over the plate. Really extending his arms out as the pitch comes in, swings and misses, and the count's now 1-2. Doesn't quite necessarily move or stand like Sammy Sosa used to, but does have the arms extended over the plate, kind of like what several guys did, Sammy Sosa being one of them. That one will bounce in. The count's now 2-2. I'm pretty sure Sammy Sosa retired before any of these kids were even alive, which is making me feel kind of old. All these guys that I grew up watching all the time are all retired before any of these high school kids were alive. That 2-2 pitch is upstairs and counts now 3-2. Weston Northrop trying to retire the first two here in the inning. 3-2 pitch, though, is upstairs for ball 4. And it's a one-out walk to Cook, and it brings up Palmer Boyd. Boyd in game number 1 wins 0 for 2. Flew out to the left fielder twice, and as Spencer Easlin, who was patrolling out in left field in game number 1. Made the catch twice out in the 2nd and 7th inning. This will be popped up and fouled out of play. The count's now 0-1. Good to hear from Dirk Campbell watching the game. Maybe listen to the game as well. Yes, I brought up a Cubs player, Sammy Sosa. I also brought up that he had a cork bat and got busted during a game, hitting with a cork bat. So I did talk about the Cubs, but I'll make sure to bring that up. This will be popped up in foul territory. Simpson running over, dives, but he can't make the catch. He ran back and then over to what would be his right, and he had to dive for it and just couldn't come away with it. And the count goes to now 0-2 here to Palmer Boyd. So now a balk is called against Northrop, who got on the rubber and then tried to go to the stretch before he was on the windup and ends up getting called for the balk. So the runner will move up to second. And the 0-2 pitch will be popped up right side. This will be a room for Brewer potentially. He'll make the catch. Runner will take a couple steps off the bag at second, and there's now 2 down, so a big play for the Governors to get that second out, and chance for now Jack Riley to drive him in or for Weston Northrop to get out of this second inning and keep this a 3-run deficit. Jack Riley ground out to the shortstop Kaiser to lead off the ball game in game number 2. Here's the first pitch to Riley. Swings and lines this one. Stalley has to go back on it. Still going back. He'll make the catch on the run, and it retires the side here in the top of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the second. Pierre Governors down 3-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Back in a minute. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud
KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. Slow down
for all your
and
investment
arrive
needs,
alive.
call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Bottom of the second, 3-0 lead for Harrisburg over the Pierre Governors and the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. It'll be Kate Kaiser, Grayson Hunsley, and Matthew Brewer, the first 3 hitters, 5, 6, and 7. And the Governors, who did not put a ball in play in that first inning, will have to swing the bats a little bit better. They drew a walk with 1 out by Nolan Peterson, but Eli Kokenge is, yes, the Governors and the Governor coaching staff and fans want to say, hey, we gotta be better than what that first inning was, but you got to also tip your hat and give credit to the pitcher and Kokenge, who has been doing this to everybody that he ends up who plays against the Harrisburg Tigers. Every time he's on the mound, it's He is a stifling man and hard to figure out. Kaiser will swing and miss behind the first pitch fastball from Kokenge. You are listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Just past 4 o'clock, Emma Thielen back at the station. John Winkler here Saturday afternoon. Home opener for the Governors, and so far it has not gone so well for Pierre as it counts 0-2 here to Kaiser. 6-2 loss for Harrisburg, win in game number 1. And then a 3-0 lead right now here in the bottom of the second in game number 2. 0-2 pitch will miss inside for a ball, and the count's now 1-2 here to Kaiser. A 3-run fourth inning in game 1 was a difference in that ball game. Big difference in the ball game. 3-run first inning here for Harrisburg on a 3 RBI double by this man that just struck out Kate Kaiser and Eli Kokenge, as he's got 4 strikeouts and 3 RBIs so far in the ball game. And that'll be the first out here in the bottom of the second. And bring up Grayson Hunsley. And speaking of I mentioned the Chicago Cubs, but talking about a guy that's got 3 RBIs and now 4 strikeouts on the mound. Don't remember if it was the same team or the team that they were playing against. I think it was the Chicago Cubs themselves. Carlos Zambrano at one point had a better batting average than the rest of the Chicago Cubs offense at the time. Early in the season, but Zambrano was hitting better than the rest of the squad. There's the first ball put into play. Trying to barehand it was a shortstop and Shearer, and that will result in an infield single for Grayson Hunsley in the first hit of the ball game for the Pierre Governors. And anything to get on base, and anything to get everything moving here for Pierre. So leadoff single for Hunsley brings up Matthew Brewer with 1 on and 1 out. Those were the lean years for the Chicago Cubs. When Zambrano was a good pitcher, he was a head case. There's a swing and a miss by Brewer, and the count's 0-1. He was a good pitcher for Chicago Cubs. Part of the 108 years of lean years for the Chicago Cubs. Swing and a miss, and the count's now 0-2. Matthew Brewer in game number 1 went 0 for 2. Reached on an air, reached on a drop third strike, and then drew a walk, and he'll swing and miss and strike out on 3 pitches for the second out here at the bottom of the second, and it'll bring up now Cooper Twilliger, the DH. Twilliger, first chance to swing the bat, 125 batting average so far. He's got his double and his lone hit, 1 for 8. Does have an RBI as well. As he stands in and swings to the first pitch and fouls it back for strike 1 and out of play. Runner on first and 2 away here in the bottom of the second. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Twilliger. That'll miss outside, and the count is now even at a ball and a strike. 8th man in the batting order. Sun and Shine is on deck. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good off speed, good breaking ball from Kokenge. Got into Twilliger to swing over the top of it, and the count goes now 1-2. Strike away from his 6th strikeout already here for Kokenge. 1-2. Just a bit outside, maybe a little bit high. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Leaning away from first, Grayson Hunsley, that infield single. 2-2 pitch to Twilliger, swings and misses for strike 3, and that will retire the side. He does strike out the side again. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We have played 2, 3-0 lead for Harrisburg over Pierre. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com. Yag Air Incorporated is your locally owned ag chemical and seed retailer. Air Incorporated offers reliable ground and aerial application. For the latest seed and chemical pricing, contact Kyle at 605-280-8710 or Tony at 605-280-4771. Air for all your ag chemical and seed needs. Kyle 605-280-8710 or Tony 605-280-4771.
Top of the third inning, Pierre Governors down 3-0 in the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard. It'll be Max Carlson, Max Shearer, and Tegan Muntz, 2, 3, and 4 here for the Harrisburg Tigers. And then if any of the three reach base, Eli Kokench, who he brought all three of them in that first inning on a 3-run double. So Carlson, who doubled in his first at-bat, will wait the first pitch here from Weston Northrup. And that's over for strike one to start us off here in the top of the third. So just 2 hits so far, make that, 2 hits so far, both being doubles. Along with an error for the Tigers, 3 runs, 2 hits, and no errors for Harrisburg. No runs, 1 hit, and an error for the Governors, as that one is on the outside corner for a strike, and it's quickly 0-2 here to Carlson. Here's the 0-2 from Northrup. Line shot over the head of Peterson in the left field, and that'll be a base hit. And Carlson is now 2 for 2 in the first single of the ball game for Harrisburg. Third hit overall in game number 2, and it'll bring up now Max Shearer. Reached on an error back in the top of the first, excuse me. And then he did score on that 3 RBI double from Eli Kokench. Northrup will come set from the stretch. Here's the first pitch. And this will be a long fly ball out towards left field. Going back is the left fielder, Sunshine. He'll turn it at the bottom of the fence. And on his way to third will be the courtesy runner for Max Carlson. It's a double, and it's second and third now with the nobody out. Third double of the ball game for the Harrisburg Tigers. 4th hit overall, and it's second and third, and that will end the day for Weston Northrup as the Governors will make the pitching change. We will step aside. We'll come back and tell you the details of the pitching change after this. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Back in a minute.
Sometimes you get a piece of it and the ball sails over the fence. Other times, despite your best efforts, you strike out. I'm not just talking about the game, I mean your day. This is Pastor Sam of Faith Lutheran Church. Whether today feels like a home run or a strikeout, I encourage you to join us for worship. We celebrate when God gives us a wonderful day. We provide support and encouragement when that third strike comes. Come join us for encouraging and uplifting worship at Faith Lutheran Church.
Look, it's no secret that owning a vehicle can cause a lot of stress, and they get a lot of wear and tear on them through the extreme seasons we've grown to love. Graham Tire wants you to know that you can trust them with any problem that you have with your vehicle. Their ASE certified mechanics can make your AC cool again, or even just change your oil. They can look into and fix those noises that seem to come from nowhere and have you stressed out. Bring your car to Graham Tire so they can put your mind at ease. Graham Tire, your tire store next door.
So it is Will Danberg that is on the mound now here for the Pierre Governors, as he will be tasked with the runners at second and third and nobody out. Weston Northrup will go 2 full innings into his third inning, but he gives up 4 hits. Can't close the book yet on if he is tasked and tagged with those 5 runs or whether it be 3 runs. You'd like to see him be 3 runs, but one of them will be unearned. He did have 2 walks and no strikeouts for Northrup. So Tegan Muntz will be the first man who greets Will Danberg. And for Danberg, this will be his 3rd appearance. He's thrown 8 2/3 innings so far, 11 hits, 7 runs, 4 of them earned. He has given up 4 walks, 12 strikeouts, a 3.23 ERA, and a 1.73 whip, and a 297 batting average against for Will Danberg. But he's got the heart and the meat of the order for the Harrisburg Tigers to deal with 3, 4, and 5 when the runners at second and third and nobody out here in the top of the third. First pitch at the knees for strike 1. And if he can stay down around that spot, be pretty successful to stay low in the zone and in the strike zone. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That will bounce to the plates and get to the backstop, and a run will score in a wild pitch. And we'll make it a 4-0 lead here for the Harrisburg Tigers. And so Shearer is now over at third. With nobody out here in the top of the third inning, a fly ball, anything in the outfield grass should probably score Shearer. Here's a 1-1 from Danberg. This will be a high fly ball out to center field. Staley going back out to the track. It is over his head and over the fence for a 2-run homer, deepest part of the park for Tegan Muntz to get his second home run of the day. A 2-run shot. And it is a 6-0 lead now for Harrisburg. And will officially close the day for Weston Northrop. We will be tagged with 6 runs, 5 of them earned. Like that, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, with that one being charged to Danberg, that home run. And it brings up now Eli Kokenge, who will start back over here with nobody out in the top of the third inning. 6-0 lead for Harrisburg. Here's the first pitch to Kokenge upstairs for ball 1. That was a long fly ball and one of the longest home runs we've seen the last couple years at least. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Upstairs, and the count's now 2-0. It's 383 out in the left center field. That one was right of that sign, but still the deepest part of the park out in left center field to hit the home run for Tegan Muntz. That'll be fouled back out of play, and the count's now 2-1. I think probably the hardest or the biggest home run that was hit was, now it would have been 5 years ago. Harrisburg came to town. This was still when wood bats were, high school baseball was playing with wood bats. The 2-1 pitch will come in and miss for ball 3. And the count will go to 3-1. But it was a home run by Harrisburg with a wood bat that went up on the second deck of that Boys and Girls Club. And it landed up on top of the roof. As that will be taken for a strike, the count's now 3-2. And I mean, you could hear it from all the way back at the press box. That thing splattered down on it. With a wood bat, that was a moonshot. That was it. Counts 3-2 to Kokenge, and he'll ground that one foul. Third base coach and Abrahamson has been really good over there with his hands. He's made a lot of plays over the third base coaching box. Here's a 3-2 again here from Danberg. Line shot up the middle for a base hit. And Kokenge is now 2 for 2 with a double and a single. And we'll get a courtesy runner again here for Kokenge, but it will bring up Noah Boucher, who was 0 for 1. He lined down to the shortstop in Kaiser in the first inning, part of the double play that got turned to end the first inning. And now here in the top of the third with runner on first and nobody out, Boucher can help do some more damage here for the Tigers. First pitch is over for strike 1. So the Governors, who will have to try and battle back here, and Kokenge, who is going to be is tough to crack, with it, especially the 6-0 lead. This will be off the hands. Matthew Brewer comes in but can't make the catch. One dropped just in front of him. And the count goes to now 0-2. And a breath of fresh air for Boucher. He gets another life here at the plate, down 0-2 in the count. Danberg will come set. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That'll miss low and away. The count's now 1-0 or 1-2. Harrisburg will pick up have already picked up a 147-point win. The runner takes off. This will be grounded foul again over to the third base side, and we'll do it again here at 1-2. Governors are looking for a 50-point win against Harrisburg, but if if they don't get it done, Harrisburg will pick up 2 47-point wins, which will try and help them get back up into second place. Stevens will take on Sturgis tomorrow night. That could be a 44-point win. That'll be to the backstop on a 1-2 pitch that will get away, and the count's now 2-2 into second base. Be that courtesy runner for Kokenge, and in scoring position, a chance for Boucher to drive him in. 3 runs have already scored here in the top of the third inning. 2-2 pitch, that'll miss, and it's now 3-2, and Danberg's got to be careful, too, that he comes completely set. That was close to really barely stopping and going. Does not want to get a balk called against him. 3-2. Ground ball, that is fouled down the third base line. We'll do it again at 3-2. Moshe followed by Carter Gronseth, then Cohen Cook. Runner on second, nobody out here in the top of the third. 6-0 lead already for Harrisburg. 3-2 pitch. They say he did not go. They're going to check him. And they say he didn't go, says the base umpire, so it will be ball 4. Now, if the base umpire is at first, and obviously he's not going to be at first because there's a runner at second base, but if there's nobody on, from up here, it looked like that probably would have been called strike 3. But when you're out at second base, it's going to be really evident that he swung to make that call, and it was close enough to not get the swing. But from up here, it looked like it was pretty close to maybe going. First pitch is upstairs at the top of the zone for a strike to a tall Carter Gronseth. That strike zone a little bit, the length of that strike zone a little bit more so than other hitters. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That'll miss outside. The count's now 1-1. Gronseth, he flew out of the right fielder, and Zabel in his first at-bat, leading off the top of the second. Sorry, the 6th man to come to the plate, and we still got nobody out here at the top of the third. Here's the 1-1. That is high and out inside, and will get off the glove of the catcher, and Simpson into the backstop it goes. So it's now second and third with nobody out, and Harrisburg is threatening with 2 men in scoring position. Again, with Kokenge on the mound, that Governor's got to keep this deficit as close as they can, especially as we get farther along in this game. Don't want that deficit to go up higher to being close to a 10-run ball game. That's upstairs, and the count's now 3-1 here to Gronseth. Three-one pitch. That'll be taken for a strike, and the count's now 3-2. Gronseth had tossed the bat, thinking it was ball 4, and not that John Whitcraft was really that slow on making the strike call, but Gronseth probably looked, and in a second, he didn't hear anything, so he tossed the bat, but Whitcraft was calling it a strike all the way through. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. There's a strikeout for Danberg. There's your first out here at the top of the third. And we'll bring out the number 8 hitter now in Cohen Cook. Cook, who walked, and then was straight at second base in the second inning, got second on a balk. Cook's got a chance to drive in a couple more runs here for Harrisburg. First pitch swinging, he swings and misses for strike 1. 220 batting average coming into today. Does have 8 runs driven in so far in the season. Make that 9 with that RBI fielder's choice that he had in the second inning in game number 1. 0-1 pitch will freeze him, and he didn't like that strike 2 called against him. Either that or he was upset that he got frozen like that. Here's the 0-2 pitch now from Danberg to Cohen Cook. Taken for strike 3, and Cook will go down on strikes, and Danberg's got back-to-back strikeouts. And there's now 2 down here in the top of the third. And it's up to Palmer Boyd Eighth man to come to the plate in the inning. Runners at second and third and 2 away. First pitch, Boyd fouls it off of him. Yep, they will call foul ball. Went off of his leg, off the swing of the bat, and it went into fair territory where it was fielded by Danberg, and wouldn't be an uncommon play to see the way the spin had on the ball, but after fouling it, after it went off of him, it's an automatic dead ball and a foul ball. And base umpire was able to make that call, see it clearly. So now the 0-1 pitch to Boyd. He'll wait back and take the 0-1 pitch low and away, and the count is 1-1. Boyd is number 9 man in the batting order, 8th man to come to the plate in this inning. Jack Riley is on deck to try and bat around for the Harrisburg Tigers. 1-1 is upstairs, and the count's now 2-1. Governors are back at home on Tuesday. 5 o'clock first pitch between Pierre and Sturgis, or make that Stevens. Start coverage starting at 4:45. Boyd will pop this one up right side. Brewer will give it a look, but it lands in the stands. And the count goes now 2-2. So the deuces are wild here with 2 on and 2 outs. And a 2-2 pitch upcoming here to the number 9 hitter, Palmer Boyd. Damer looking for his third strikeout of the inning. 2-2 pitch. Line shot past Nolan Peterson to left field for a base hit. Runner will round third. He will try and score the throw coming to the plate up the line. And it will be a 2 RBI single. 2 out, 2 RBI single. And an 8-0 lead now here for Harrisburg, as Palmer Boyd will drive in the 2 runs. And it's Jack Riley now at the plate. Riley's 0 for 2. Ground out of the shortstop and also flew out of the center fielder and Stalley. He ended the second inning flying out to Stalley. Wasting the first pitch and taking at the knees for a strike. 9th man to come to the plate here at the top of the third, and Harrisburg has got themselves up by a touchdown and a 2-point conversion over Pierre. 8-0 or score. The 0-1 pitch. Ground ball through the hole on the right side for a base hit. We'll extend the inning now back to Max Carlson. First and second here with 2 away. Carlson is 2 for 2, double in the first, single in the third. Now hitting again here in the third inning. As 2, 3, and 4 are back up, all 3 have reached base both times they've come to the plate. This will be picked at the plate on a pitch in the dirt from Danberg, but a good play from Charlie Simpson. The count's 1-0. Danberg will come set from the stretch. Here is the 1-0 pitch. This will be flown out towards center field. George Stalley is there. He's underneath it. He'll make the catch and retire the side. Here in the top of the third inning. With a 3-4 run inning, made that a 5-run inning for the Harrisburg Tigers, as they take a 8-0 lead at the end of 2 1/2. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Look, it's no secret that owning a vehicle can cause a lot of stress, and they get a lot of wear and tear on them through the extreme seasons we've grown to love. Graham Tire wants you to know that you can trust them with any problem that you have with your vehicle. Their ASE certified mechanics can make your AC cool again, or even just change your oil. They can look into and fix those noises that seem to come from nowhere and have you stressed out. Bring your car to Graham Tire so they can put your mind at ease. Graham Tire, your tire store next door.
Why am I so sore? There are everyday moments.
What? Hey, hold the ladder! Hold the ladder!
Yeah, that hurt. And there are epic moments.
Slide, slide, slide! Going! Slide!
Class of 1995! When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics. We're moving health forward so you can tell the story. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
It is the bottom of the third inning. Pierre Governors are down 8-0 on American Family Insurance. Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard 9-1-2 here for the Governors. As Sutton Sunshine, George Stallion, Nolan Peterson will lead things off for the Harrisburg Tigers as they have struggled. The Governors have so far to figure out Eli Kokenge, who has picked up 6 strikeouts and allowed just 2 base runners through 2 innings. And Sutton Sunshine will deal with Kokenge first. 200 batting average so far. He's got 3 hits. One of those 3 hits, a home run for Sunshine. 4 runs driven in. As the freshman will dig in. First pitch to him. Swing and pops it up on the left side. Shortstop will give way to the left fielder who will come in to make the catch, and Tegan Munsell will retire the first man here in the bottom of the third inning. And so far, through now 9 guys coming to the plate, that's only the second guy to put the ball in play with the infield single from Grayson Hunsley. George Staley, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout, will come to the plate. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the third inning. First pitch is over for strike 1. Kokenge is just the guy that throws strikes, throws hard. As the 0-1 is outside for a ball, and the count's now 1-1. You don't want to chase too many outside the zone, and the Governors have been good at not chasing outside the zone. As the 1-1 pitch will come in, and Staley watch that one outside. The count's now 2-1, but the only hard part is that when he's inside the zone, it's still hard to catch up to it and get base hits off of it. And he gets about 1 walk every 5 innings, so he's already got 1 so far in this game. That Staley will cut on and miss the 2-1 pitch. The count goes now 2-2. Kokenge looking for his now 7th strikeout of the ball game. That was the Sutton Sunshine was the first guy to be retired on a ball put into play. That'll be taken for strike 3. And there's now 2 down here in the bottom of the third. 7 strikeouts here for Kokenge. And it brings up Nolan Peterson. Peterson drew a walk in his first trip to the plate. He's still looking for his first hit today. He's only 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Been walked 3 different times. With the team leader in batting average looking for his first base hit. And he is hit by the pitch. That one did not sound good either, but he sprinted to first base, and the catcher is used to being hit by a baseball and does not feel good, so he is quickly at first base. Been on base both times. And for Kokenge, that's only the second time he's hit a man all season, 3rd time he's hit a man all year. So runner on first with 2 outs. It's now Charlie Simpson. He'll foul the first pitch back and out of play. Counts 0-1. Simpson struck out looking in his first trip. One of those 7 strikeout victims. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Simpson does chase. One of the few times that the Governors have really chased it all this afternoon. But the count goes now 0-2. And Kokenge is looking for strikeout number 8. And to quickly put an end to the bottom of the third inning. 0-2 pitch. Simpson gets a hold of it out towards right field, but going underneath it to make the catch is Palmer Boyd to retire the side. Here in the bottom of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 3 complete here at Hyatt Stadium. Harrisburg has an 8-0 lead over the Pierre Governors. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Form, function, finesse. The all-new 2024 all-wheel drive Ford Escape is now on sale at Capital Ford for $32,000 with up to $2,250 in rebates. If you're looking for adaptable interiors ready for your daily adventures, whether it's a trip to the grocery store, to a spontaneous road trip, and everywhere in between, Capital City Ford has you covered. Payments are as low as $385 with Ford Credit Flex by program. For more information and details, contact a sales professional at Capital City Ford. Check out their full vehicle lineup at CapitalCityFord.com. Capital City Ford in Pierre.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
As we welcome you back here at the top of the fourth inning, Pierre Governors are down 8-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. And they will deal with 3, 4, and 5. Max Shearer, Tegan Munson, Eli Kokenge, the first three hitters. And Kokenge has been dealing through the first 3 innings, 8 strikeouts so far. Make that 7 strikeouts, and only 2 guys have put the ball in play. 3 guys put the ball in play in total. Hunsley with an infield single, and then a pop out by Sunshine and a fly out by Simpson. The only 3 guys to make contact and put the ball in play for the Governors, as Kokenge has thrown just 43 pitches through 3 innings. So he is wheeling and dealing so far in this ball game as we head to the top of the fourth. Maddox Shearer, Tegan Muntz, and Kokenge will all hit here in this fourth inning. You check it at the other game, that Yankton, they pick up a 2-0 win over Brookings. So they split the doubleheader with the Brookings Bobcats. Actually be Sam Sutton that will hit for the Harrisburg Tigers, as the first pitch will be missing for ball 1. So Sam Sutton, who is tying the team lead in home runs with 2, will sky the 1-0 pitch up in the air on the left side, foul territory, and it'll be dropped by Peterson over at third base. And the count goes to 1-1. So Sam Sutton, 200 batting average so far. He's got 4 hits, 2 singles, and 2 home runs. Half of his hits have left the park. 5 RBIs in total. There's a strike taken. The count's now 1-2. He is, after Shearer had an error and then reached on an error and also doubled. That'll miss low. The count's now 2-2. Would assume that they probably keep Tegan Muntz to keep swinging the baseball bat, because he has been very good today with 2 different home runs. There's a swing and a miss. Sam Sutton went waving at that 2-2 pitch and will strike out to lead off the top of the fourth. And we'll bring up Tegan Muntz, who is 1 for 1 with a 2-run homer. Or are we going to have somebody else hit? So it's going to be Blackwelder that will hit, Peyton Blackwelder. That will hit in place of Tegan Muntz. So he'll have his first at-bat, and there's a swing and a miss for strike 1. For Blackwelder, 333 batting average. Does have a double, triple, 2 triples, 7 runs driven in. That'll miss, and it'll be taken low for ball 1. OPS at 1.026. Going to count several guys with OPSs over 1. The count's now 2-1 here to Peyton Blackwelder. Two-1 from Danberg. Swing and a miss, and that's now 2-2 count. Kokenge is on deck. Now I expect for him to be hitting for himself because he's gone through those 3 innings so far, giving up just 1 hit. Danberg looking for his second strikeout of the inning. 2-2 is missing outside. The count's now 3-2 to Blackwelder. Kokenge also tripling a home run away from the cycle here in this second ball game. That will miss for ball 4. And it will be a runner on first and 1 out here in the top of the 4th. And Boucher will still be hitting as well for the Harrisburg Tigers as he gets his way to the on-deck circle. Here's the first pitch to Kokenge. That'll be taken for a strike right up at the hands. Kokenge looks over the third base coach in disbelief that it was called a strike, but he'll dig back in, down 0-1 the count. 0-1 pitch. That one's fouled back to the netting. The count is now at 0-2. Blackwelder leads away from first. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That'll bounce in and a good block there from Simpson, and the count goes now to 1-2. Governors will get 4, 5, and 6 due up in the bottom of the 4th inning with a lot of work in front of him, and hopefully it's still just an 8-run deficit to start the bottom of the 4th. Ground ball and get you out of the inning here. 1-2 pitch. That'll bounce in. Another good block there. Good scoop from Simpson behind the plate, and the count goes now 2-2. Two-two here from Danberg to Kokenge. Will miss alone from 0-2. It's now to 3-2. On deck, Noah Boucher, who was 0 for 1 with a walk. 3-2 pitch. Bouncing in, and that is ball 4. And the bases, there's now first and second with 1 out. We'll bring up Boucher. Have a courtesy runner again here for Kokenge. No activity in the right field bullpen here for the Governors right now. Danberg looking to work through this with 1 out, runners at first and second. This will be fouled back. Make its way out of play after hitting the chain link fence. And the count goes to 0-1. Blackwelder leads away from second. Courtesy runner for Kokenge leading away from first. And this will be popped foul. That'll get behind the press box, off the top of the press box. And the count goes to now 0-2. 0-2 counts with 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. The 0-2 just outside. The count goes to now 1-2. Coming up tonight, we got coverage starting at 5:30 or after we're done here between Pierre and Harrisburg, but we got game 1 of the Western Conference semifinal between the Denver Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves. This will be a line shot, and that's a base hit into right field. Rounding third and coming in to score will be Blackwelder. It's a 9-0 lead here for the Harrisburg Tigers. And runners will stay at first and second on the RBI single for Boucher. And they'll bring up Carter Gronseth. Actually, will end the day for Will Danberg as Dawson Getz was warming up, and now he'll come in the ball game. So Dawson Getz will come in to pitch. We will step aside for a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Wahi Federal Credit Union member? At a Wahi Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at a Wahi Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Wahi Federal Credit Union.
It is a 9-0 lead as we welcome you back here to Hyde Stadium. And Dawson Getz is now on the mound for the Governors. That's the only change that there is. And Cooper Twilliger will still stay in the batting order as the DH. But Will Danberg can't close the book on him yet. Did go an inning and a third, giving up 5 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. But is on the hook for at least 4 runs, if not 6 runs, with those runners at first and second right now. And 1 out. First pitch from Getz will be taken for a strike. And for Dawson Getz, this will be his second relief appearance. They're an inning in the first outing, a hit and a run that was unearned. No walks, no strikeouts. ERA is still 0. This will be popped up on the right side, but out of play. The count goes now 0-2. And his whip is at 1. Batting average against it 200 for Dawson Getz in his lone appearance so far. First and second with 1 away here in the top of the 4th inning. Carter Gronseth, he's down 0-2 in the count, 0 for 2 in this ball game. Now make it 0 for 3 as Gronseth will look for a strike 3. And a 3-pitch strikeout for Dawson Getz, and there's now 2 down here in the top of the 4th, and it brings up Cohen Cook. Cook walked in the second, struck out looking in the third. It'll be someone else hitting here for Max Plack will hit for Cohen Cook. First pitch will miss for ball 1. So Max Plack, as he comes into today, might be his first at bat of the entire season. The count is now at 2-0. Dawson Getz will, from the stretch, will deliver. It'll be outside. The count goes now 3-0. Well, he is hitting 182 so far. And 2 hits. With 1 being a double, or 3 hits, 1 being a double, or excuse me, 2 hits, both being singles, 2 runs driven in, but he draws a 4-pitch walk, and the bases are now loaded. And we'll bring up the number 9 man. And here's Palmer Boyd. So it's Palmer Boyd to the plate with 1 out, bases loaded. He'll pop this one up on the right side. Matthew Brewer will make the catch. There was 2 outs, and that will retire the side here in the top of the 4th inning. When a run does score in the inning on just 1 hit, there were no errors and 3 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Pierre Governors down 9-0 on the American Family Insurance Printing Shuffle by Scoreboard. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Back in a minute.
The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved ones secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
As we welcome you back here, it is the bottom of the fourth. Pierre Governors are down. American Family Insurance, Brittany Schoffelbein scoreboard. They're down 4-0, or make that 9-0. It'll be Jed Zabel, Kate Kaiser, and Grayson Hunsley, the first three hitters here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Governors have struggled to get on base with just 3 base runners, 1 in each of the 3 innings. And Eli Kokenge has had his way through the first 3 innings of work for the Harrisburg Tigers. Zabel will lead things off. Harrisburg, if they can hold the serve here and make it a 9-0 game going to the top of the fifth, they would just need 1 run to get themselves in a spot to have a quick 5-inning ball game. First pitch is over for strike 1. Here to Zabel, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Here is the 0-1. That'll be fouled on a play by Zabel. The count's now 0-2. 7 strikeouts so far in the ball game for Kokenge. Here is the 0-2 pitch. That'll miss low, and the count is now 1-2. Zabel looking for a strikeout here to, or make that Kokenge looking for a strikeout as Zabel. As Zabel's looking to get on base to lead off this bottom of the fourth inning as the count goes now 2-2. Here's a 2-2. Swing and miss. Strikeout of Zabel. 8th one of the day for now Kokenge, and there's 1 down here in the bottom of the fourth.
Shortstop, number 5, Kate Kaiser.
And it'll bring up Kate Kaiser. 0 for 1 with a strikeout as well. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. In the other 2 games that were played today, Brookings won the first game of the doubleheader against Yankton 7-6 with a walk-off fair. Then Yankton shut out the Bobcats 2-0 in game number 2. There's a swing and a miss, and the count goes now 1-1. T-Area will take on Brookings in Brookings tomorrow for a doubleheader. Stevens and Sturgis will meet in Sturgis for a single game at 8 o'clock Central Time. There's a swing and a miss by Kaiser, and the count's now 1-2. Total of 6 games to be played on Monday with 2 doubleheaders and 2 single games. This will be fouled back by Kaiser, staying alive at 1-2. And Pierre and Stevens will play on Tuesday. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Taken for strike 3. Kaiser go down on strikes. 9th strikeout of the ball game now for Kokenge, and there's 2 away. And we'll bring up Grayson Hunsley, who has the lone hit for the Governors, an infield single. Shortstop and back Scherer, who tried to make that play. Maybe could have used his glove instead of trying for the bare hand. But he did pick up that infield single. First pitch will miss for ball 1 to Hunsley. Harrisburg on the top of the order up in the top of the 5th inning. Catch the bottom of the zone for strike 1 to Hunsley. So everybody went back in except for Scherer. Sam Sutton stayed in at shortstop as the count goes now 2-1. Cook is back out in center field. Muntz is back out in left field. There's a swing and a miss by Hunsley as he chases that pitch, and the count goes now 2-2. Pitch number 58 from Kokens, trying to get 4 shutout innings, and he will. Strikes on the side in order of Hunsley, of Zabel, Kaiser, and Hunsley. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We head to the top of the 5th. 9-0 lead for Harrisburg over Pierre. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Ferding Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Ferding Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Ferding Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Ferding Electric, 224-8684.
Hey, yo, Speedo's Lawn Care.
Hello. Say, my yard's in rough shape. It's got weeds, brown spots, and crabgrass.
Yeah, no problemo. What shade of green you need? We got 31 shades of green over here. Even the latest shade of septic tank grass green. That one just naturally gives off a glow.
Call the professionals at True Green. They know how to get your lawn healthy and keep it healthy. They guarantee it. All technicians are trained and certified.
Call True Green, 224-1916.
Top of the 5th inning, Pierre Governors are down 9-0 on American Family Insurance. Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard, as it will be the top of the order for the Harrisburg Tigers, as it will be a new hitter, though, that will come to the plate first for Harrisburg, and it'll be Kason Severson that will hit first for Jack Riley here in the 5th inning. Looking for a run to score here in the top of the 5th inning if you're Harrisburg to get a 10-0 lead and have Kokens try and close it out in the 5th inning with only 57 pitches through 4 innings. Swings and misses for strike 1 to Severson. Severson is hitting .500, 4 for 8 so far. Does have a triple and an RBI. And make it now 5 for 9. Nope, that's going to be caught by Kaiser out in the hole and short. And a nice play by Cade Kaiser to retire the first man in the top of the 5th inning. Didn't get all of it, did Severson, so there is now 1 down. And it'll bring up Max Carlson. Carlson's 2 for 3. Double in the first, singled in the third, while also flying out to the center fielder and Stalley in the 3rd inning. First pitch will miss for ball 1 to Max Carlson. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That is upstairs, and the count's now 2-0. Dawson gets worked a clean 2/3 of an inning. 2-0 pitch. There's a line shot into right center field. That will get down for extra bases. Carlson around first on his way to second. The throw will be just late. And it will be a 1-out double for Max Carlson. And he's got his 3rd hit here in the ball game, 2nd double. And we'll bring up Max Shearer, who's back in the order. So Shearer, who was hit for by Sam Sutton, is back in the batting order. First pitch will miss for ball 1. He is 1 for 2 so far. Reached on air in the first, then doubled in the 3rd inning. 1-0 is upstairs, and the count's now 2-0. It will be Tegan Muntz that will hit again, who is up next. This will be grounded, 3rd base side. Peterson will field. His throw to first will be in time. The runner does take 3rd on the throw. And there's now 2 down. And it will be up here for Tegan Muntz to try and drive in that 10th run. Tegan Muntz, he is 1 for 1, a 2-run homer in the 3rd inning. He walked in the first. First pitch is blocked by Charlie Simpson. Good job by Simpson. It should be Sunshine who is the catcher. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Popped up right side. Does Brewer have a play over here at first base? He does not. It will land foul on top of the dugout. And the count goes to now 1-1. Dawson Guest trying to keep this a 9-0 deficit. This will get away on the swing and miss, and it will bring in the 10th run. So Harrisburg does take a 10-0 lead now with a 1-2 count and 2 outs. On a wild pitch. And so the Governors will have to score in the bottom of the 5th inning with 7, 8, 9 due up to extend the ball game into the 6th inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Muntz. Upstairs, and the count's now 2-2. Hit a solo shot in game 1, hit a 2-run homer here in game number 2. Now he's got no pressure on driving in that run to make it a 10-0 ball game. He swings and misses and strikes out, and Dawson Getz will retire the side. 1 run scores on 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on base. Governors have to score the 5th. They're down 10-0 going to the bottom of the 5th inning. Back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Beck Motor Company, your local Chevrolet dealer in Pierre, would like to thank all our customers for their business. This year, we are celebrating an amazing 55 years in business. We appreciate each and every one of you. Our family-owned and operated Chevrolet dealership is dedicated to providing our customers with top-notch service in every department. We offer a vast inventory of new, used, and certified pre-owned Chevrolet and Cadillac vehicles. Our staff is committed to helping you find the perfect vehicle that you will love for years to come. Check out our inventory at www.beck-motors.com. Beck Motor Company, Pierre.
Are you or a family member receiving Medicare calls asking if you've received your new Medicare card? This should be a red flag, as Medicare is not sending out new cards, and Medicare will not contact you to ask you about your card. If you have, or someone you know has received this type of call and they gave out their Medicare number, please contact the South Dakota Attorney General's Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986.
It is the bottom of the 5th inning, and the Pierre Governors are down their final 3 outs if they do not score here. And Eli Kokenge is looking to finish out the day with a Harrisburg sweep of the Pierre Governors. It'll be the first time that the Governors have been swept in a doubleheader this year. It'll be the first time since they got swept by O'Gorman last year in that first week of the season. Well, technically first week of the season. It was about 3 weeks in, but it was the first week of the season for the Governors, who played on Monday and that Friday of Mitchell and O'Gorman. They got swept by both of those teams. They have not been swept since then. And now in danger of being swept here by Harrisburg, who will drop the Governors to 9-6 if Pierre does not at least score in this inning. First pitch will miss for ball 1 to Matthew Brewer. It is Matthew Brewer, Cooper Twilliger, and Sunshine. He might reach his base, which somebody does have to. George Staley will have a chance to hit. That'll be fouled out of play. The count's 1-1. Gonna be back at home on Tuesday, back at home next Friday and next Sunday to close out the regular season. That one on the 1-1 count will be taken on the inside corner, and the count's now 1-2. You're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. As we get to 5 o'clock on this Saturday night, Brewer will swing and miss and strike out. And there's one down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And then we'll bring up Cooper Twilliger. A 3-run first inning, which was capped by a 3-run double by Eli Kokenge. A 5-run third inning with a 2-run homer by Tegan Muntz. And a run in the 4th and 5th inning for Harrisburg has got them at 10-0 lead as the first pitch is at the knees for strike 1 to Cooper Twilliger. And Kokenge has been unstoppable on the mound. Has retired the last 4 straight with strikeouts. 0-1 pitch, he's swinging a miss, and the count's 0-2. And overall, has picked up 11 strikeouts in the ballgame. 11 of the 13 guys he's retired gone down by a strikeout. That'll be left upstairs, and the count's now 1-2. He's looking for a complete game shutout, a shortened complete game shutout with a trying to get a 10-run rule in 5 innings. That'll miss low, and the count's now 2-2 here to Terwilliger. Sun and Shine waits on deck as Kokenge is looking for his 12th strikeout of the ball game. Taken for strike 3, and there's now 2 down. The Governors are down to their final outs here in game number 2. 5 in a row now. 6 in a row straight retired, but 5 by strikeout by Kokenge. And Sun and Shine, who flew out, popped out of the shortstop in his first at-bats. Here's the first pitch, taken for strike 1. Harrisburg Tigers, they've led this entire day. Led 1-0 after the second inning in game number 1. And have not trailed at all and not been tied either. First inning was the only time that we've been tied. Count is 0-2. Kokenge 1 strike away from getting a complete game shutout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Taken for strike 3. And that retires the side, retires the ball game. A 10-0 win on a one-hitter for Eli Kokenge. And Harrisburg will pick up the doubleheader sweep of the Pierre Governors. We will step aside for 2 minutes, come back and wrap it up here from Hyde Stadium. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR, watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
If you're like a lot of South Dakotans, you've made a purchase online for services or products and have had no issues. Unfortunately, scammers view the internet as their playground, and they're constantly deploying new scams to attempt to take your hard-earned funds. Fraudulent websites have grown by leaps. Consumers and businesses need to check all aspects of a website before making any type of purchase. Questions regarding this scam should be directed to South Dakota Attorney General's Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
AGE Corporation's Contractors and Crane Service is a proud supporter of Pierre Governor Athletics. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work construction and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That's 223-2732. AGE, proud supporters of local sports.
At AgTegra, we're leveraging the power of the cooperative to benefit our farmers and ranchers, their families, and local communities. We're creating jobs for your neighbors and putting money back into our communities. We're lending a hand in our rural fire departments, food banks, and 4-H and FFA programs. That's what local is all about. When you do business at AgTegra, you help us make a difference in your community. AgTegra, strong, stable, dependable, and local.
Stolken Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our #1 priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stolken Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre. As we welcome you back here, the Pierre Governors, they fall in a doubleheader sweep to the Harrisburg Tigers as they drop game 1 6-2, and then game number 2 10-0 here this afternoon, as it was 10 runs on 10 hits, no errors for Harrisburg. They left 6 men on base, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 3 men left on base for the Governors. Time of the ball game was an hour and 25 minutes. Eli Kokenge will get the win. Went 5 innings, gave up just 1 hit, an infield single to Grayson Hunsley. No runs, of course, 1 walk, and 13 strikeouts. The 15 guys he faced, as it was a pop out of the shortstop and a fly out to the right fielder. The only 2 guys that he did not strike out in the win. As we'll talk here with head coach Steve Gray, as the Governors fall here in a doubleheader sweep to the Harrisburg Tigers. As well, Coach, not the outcomes that you're hoping to have, but 2 really good pitchers on the mound, the starters for the Harrisburg Tigers.
That's a big boy team right there, boys. Some grown men wandering around that dugout there. So,
yeah, they Tegan Muntz had 2 home runs for Harrisburg, and again, it's one where you guys are going to go back and look at it and say we got to be better in this area and in that area, but also you're going to tip the cap to the team that you played, because a doubleheader sweep against Harrisburg is much different than somebody a doubleheader sweep to somebody at the bottom of the standings.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the measuring stick. I'll be the first to admit it. I was telling Jake Adam, who played against us a long time ago, I said that was our 2020 team. They're all 19 years old. Those are grown men sitting in that dugout, and you know what? They played like it.
You guys, well, pitching-wise, for Jet Zabel, a good performance in game number 1. He gave up just 1 earned run, but overall, again, a couple errors, and like you said, a big boy team like Harrisburg, you can't give extra outs to a team like that.
Yeah, we got to field it. It's just one of those deals you can't give extra opportunities to a good baseball team, and we gave it to them. They took advantage, and I think pitchers actually threw decent. We were talking in the second game. I was like, guys, this is just a learning opportunity. Weston's out there, and this is, a good team. It's like, okay, what do we got to work to get better? Will's the same way. Dawson, we're going to need Dawson down the road. Same deal. And, Coop was going to get to go throw a little bit too, but, it's all a learning thing about it. And the thing I like about it is we seen their cards before we see them in 3 weeks. So for us to know where we got to get to compete with those guys, that's fine. We know what's out there now.
Yeah, and truthfully, too, when you look at Harrisburg and look at their stats, by just their stats and what we saw today, that they threw 2 of their best pitchers. Now, it's not saying that they don't have anybody else besides those guys that started today that are good, because they're a really good, well-rounded ball club, but they did throw their ace and probably threw their maybe 2A against you guys in this game.
Yeah, you got to remember, that's the guy in the first game. That's the guy we beat last year in the championship game. That's the dude, and so, I mean, he's improved. I can see his pitching's improved. He's a year older. He can, he set his pitches up better, and obviously he's gotten a little stronger because he throws this left-hander through pretty hard. And, hats off to him. That's a good baseball team.
Now you get a chance to get to Stevens, play here on Tuesday, a chance to avenge a loss from earlier, or the first game of the season. What do you expect from them, who are coming in? They're sitting at the top 3 of the standings too, going into here this week.
They're playing quality baseball. Throwing. It all comes down to a simple game: throw strikes, put the ball in play. And they've been doing a lot against good teams, and we got to be ready to go. I imagine Jackson Dowell's back in the rotation of things. He had a little arm. He took a couple weeks off arm-wise, and back throwing. So we'll probably see him, and and they got a bunch of other quality arms. So we're going to put the ball in play. So honestly, this was a good look for us to get geared up to something different, and it's a learning opportunity, and like I said, good baseball team. There's a reason why they're probably, personal opinion, probably the best team in the state. So.
Yeah, and them in Brandon Valley kind of going. Stevens been up there too, but going back and forth, trying to be the number 1 team in the state in the standings. But obviously not the results that you wanted today, but a really good crowd for the home opener, and it's good to be playing baseball again at Hyde Stadium.
Absolutely, about as beautiful day as you're going to get. I mean, other than the infield being a little soft and the outfield a little soft, I mean, it was beautiful. It was, 65 degrees, a little bit of sun. You can't ask for a better day.
Well, Coach, I appreciate the time, and we'll look forward to games on Tuesday night against Stevens, and good luck going into Tuesday night.
Yeah, we'll be ready to go, and like I said, you come out and compete, and we'll have got a couple days to get ready for it, and we'll be ready to go.
That is head coach Steve Gray of the Pierre Governors as they fall here. Oh, you go ahead. One more thing.
I got one more thing because everybody says go Govs.
There we go. Go Govs, coming from Steve Gray, and then the Govs will be trying to get 2 wins on Tuesday against the Stevens Raiders. Our next broadcast as well, as the Cubs will take on the Raiders in a doubleheader with coverage starting at 4:45 and first pitch at 5 o'clock here at Hyde Stadium here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. I want to say thanks to Emma Thielen back at the station. We're closing in on coverage starting of the Denver Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves in Game 1 of that first of the Western Conference semifinals. We'll have coverage starting at 5:30 and first pitch at 6 o'clock. It'll be right here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Well, say again, thanks to Emma Thielen back at the station. John Michael here signing off. Governors fall in Game 1, 6-2. They fall in Game number 2, 10-0, as we say so long from Hyde Stadium.
You've been listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Governor Baseball brought to you in part by Bank West, Beck Motors, Avera, Todd's Electric, Shane's Pharmacy, and Stulkin Peterson, Walti and Jones LLP. And by American Family Insurance, Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Yay Gare, May Adam, Wegner Auto, Comtech, Gales Gas, Owyhee Federal Credit Union, Ferding Electric, and AGE Corporation. Pierre Governor Baseball is also brought to you by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, True Green Chemlawn, Nystrom Electric, Fisher Rounds, Faith Lutheran Church, and CHS River Plains. And by Lamb Motors, First Dakota National Bank, Edward Jones Financial, South Dakota Office of the Attorney General, Division of Consumer Protection, and Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping. Join us all season here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports for more Pierre Governor Baseball. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports Central.